How you doing, Mr. DJ? Back from taking, well, 4th of July weekend off, taking a little bit of time off, and anxious to get back on this countdown. Now, this will be disjointed. I'll be all over the road on this video right here, and hopefully I'll be coherent enough to, well, make it interesting anyway. But this is one interesting record. God, the video to this record was probably one of the sexiest, perhaps in a way one of the most erotic videos in its own way that I've ever seen. It was brilliantly done. Laura Branigan, Self-Control at number 11 on my fantasy playlist, June 4th, 1984, up to from number 13. Now, this was an Italian record. Starting off with, it was co-written and it was done by a guy named Raphael Rifoli, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And his version did pretty well. Did well in some countries. Went to number 1 in Switzerland. His version went to top 5 in Germany and Austria. But Laura Branigan's version just was absolute killer. Went to I believe it went to number 4 here in the States, number 5 here in the UK, and top 10. Well, I think I counted about 14 countries where the song went top 5. Ralph, I'll just pronounce it as Ralph. The Ralph version, it's more of a Euro dance record. It's an up-tempo record. It's a nice version. I might put the link up to it along with Laura Branigan's version. Laura Branigan's, though, version, it's more interesting. It's more of an atmospheric record, sometimes suggesting something forbidden, something perhaps even illicit. The nightlife, just, well, indeed. Like stumbling into a half-lit room and you're stumbling into something that's, oh, I'm sorry folks, I'm just passing through. I'll see y'all later. I'll just close the door and just mosey on off. The video was directed by William Friedkin, Academy Award-winning movie director. But the video, well, you know the story about the American Puritan ethic kicked in. The video had to be edited before it was shown on MTV. And I have to be honest, I remember when I was watching the video on Night Tracks back in the summer of 1984, I was thinking, man, you know, this is a great video, but it might be a little bit over the top. Although, looking back on it, from 35 years past, it's quite tame, very tastefully done. The song was arranged, the Laura Branigan's version was arranged by Robbie Buchanan. He was a Canadian keyboard player and arranger, and arranged by Howard Faltermeyer, the guy who did Axel F in 1985. Guy who, a protege of the legendary disco producer Giorgio Moroder. God, that was a fantastic record, Self-Control. Laura Branigan did Gloria in 1982. There was Solitaire in 1983, Spanish Eddie in 1985. There was a version, I didn't know this, there was a version of this record back in 2005, Self-Control, I listened to it, done by the Royal Gigolos, a German techno dance outfit. The Royal Gigolos, they did a fantastic version of California Dreaming, a dance version of California Dreaming back in 2004, and I didn't know they did a version of this record, Self-Control, by Laura Branigan. They also did a version of Herman's Hermits 1967 hit No Milk Today. No, they did a nice version of that too. The Royal Gigolos, that was in the 2000s. Well, at number 11, we got Laura Branigan, Self-Control, on my fancy playlist, June the 4th, 1984.